Welcome back to Studio 5. New relationships are often chalked up to young, dumb love. But my next guest says there are some seriously smart lessons to learn from the newlywed stage. Studio 5 relationship coach Dr. Matt Townsend has identified 5 ways to put the spark and the sizzle, I like that word, the sizzle back in your marriage. So
where does it go?
Where does it go?
You know, it goes into stress and kids and history, and we just get tense, and then we fight and flight, and then we die.
Well, that was a sad summary of people's existence.
The circle of life.
Oh,
but you know,
shoot.
remember when you get married, you have the cake.
Yeah.
And the symbol of the cake is we're supposed to do what with it?
You feed it into each other.
We don't shove it. That's gross.
No.
You're supposed to feed each other. So even as newlyweds, we knew it was about feeding. And then somewhere along the way, we don't get fed the way we want. We don't get fed as much as we want. So we kind of quit feeding each other, and we just start eating our own cake. That's where we need to go back and learn that the rule was always we feed each other, we feed each other. So I'm going to give you a few ideas, a few ways to start to kind of get back to what the newlyweds taught us, recapture the spark, maybe the sizzle, and start feeding again.
And this is beyond hormones. I mean, you talk about the
I mean, hormones are a whole different thing.
Well, right, that kicks in too, but these are actually things that a more mature couple could put into play.
And that research actually validates if we just do these things, it's going to improve the relationship. First and foremost, find time to date each other, right? When you were dating and you were first in love and newlywed, you always had time. Like, it didn't matter. Whatever. I will be there. Where are you? And we'll go chase them down because we've got to be with them, right?
We'd stay up late.
We'd stay up late. Some of that's chemistry because we had all this adrenaline. But we would also, you were so important to me, I made the time. I made sure I was with you. I would kill myself to go be with you. So one of the things we need to do as kind of not newlyweds, but maybe nearly dead in the marriage, it sounds bad, we probably need to find a way to make the time. Every one of us already have a calendar. We already know we need to be with our spouse regularly. Get it on the calendar.
Do you stick with the once a week dating idea?
I think at least.
At least.
And by the way, it doesn't have to be a weekend. Like, we have a lot of free time maybe on a Wednesday night or on a Thursday night, maybe sometimes more than on a weekend. And so whatever night works. And it doesn't even have to be a night. It could be a date in the day, right? It could be a morning date on Saturday morning. It could be anything. All that your marriage needs is the time to go be together and to actually set yourself apart as special and as a unit that's special.
So it goes without saying, but I'll say it, dating needs to be away from the family, away from the kids, just the two of you.
Yeah, a date does not include the kids. A date, by the way, does not just necessarily include a movie that you have to go to or dinner. A date can be anything that is your time together. It could be at home. It could be when the kids go to bed, but we're going to spend 3 hours together, and we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to touch, we're going to connect, we're probably going to have some sugar.
You say nearly dead. I was laughing. I've only been married about 3 years, so I don't put myself in that category yet.
Nearly dead.
But even we slip into the rut of, you know, dinner and a movie, and a movie, which is why I liked challenge number 2. You want us to get out of our comfort zone when it comes to dates and do fun things. Fun things.
See, the crazy thing about fun is it feels good. So the more fun you have in your life, the more fun you have in your marriage, the relationship, the more connected and fun you're going to feel that you are with each other. If I am just all about my sweats, I got to get home to my sweats.
Don't you knock
with the stretchable elastic waist.
Hey, they're saving me right now. Stop.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I mean, no offense.
Yeah.
If you are expecting and you need an expandable waistline, because I've been losing weight on the program.
Yeah.
I lost one chin because of Studio 5.
You're going to gain that chin back as soon as you try
I can hardly wait. I can smell it.
Yeah, okay.
We got to make it fun because inside the fun is the chemistry. We've got to do stuff. We used to risk. We used to play games. We used to try everything. When we were dating, we would try everything to impress our partner. Now it's like we won't try anything. We won't even get up. We won't get early and do something. We won't stay late. Oh, we got to get back. There's always the reason to get back.
Do you know how many rounds of golf I played dating Mark?
See?
And now I'm just the cart driver.
I know, but see,
I could do better.
But you could do better. And you don't have to golf, but you could have fun with it. Shoot him with something while he's golfing. What? Take a gun. Take something fun.
Like what?
But by the way, it's not just fun. It's positive. Take a Nerf gun, throw a ball, have fun, make videos, but have fun. By the way, and talk positively. One of the things we do when we are married and we know all of the stories is we start seeing more of the negative stuff. Well, I have friends that shut each other down. The minute one of them says, oh, have I told you the story? The wife's like, no, don't tell that. We've heard it. Shut it.
Is the wife's name Marty?
No.
I'm just kidding.
It actually is. Which is weird because it's another friend that has the same name as my wife.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Fun things we got to do, positive things we got to do. We got to talk, and we got to be more positive in our talk. If all of our talk is negative, we're in trouble.
I was reading a parenting article the other day, you know, brushing up on preparedness and stuff. They were talking about that positive ratio, how you want to give your kids, you know, 70% positive feedback. And they were talking about the benefits that will emerge in your parent-child relationship. And I thought, I wonder if that applies to marriage, too.
Totally.
Like
5
that
to
positive.
5 to 1, the research proves 5 positives to erase 1 negative. So I'm sorry doesn't count. If you want to erase something stupid that you've done, you're going to need 5 I'm sorries and roses and let's go on a date and let me make up. And so 5 positives to erase the negative. The problem is human nature, especially once we're comfortable, is not designed to help us look for things that are good. It's designed to prevent negative things. So look for the negatives and then we're covered. So it's a dangerous thing we got to get into. But if I just sat down with my wife and started telling her every night 3 things I love about her that I saw today that were really special, that made me feel closer to her, if you just did that every night, 3 things a night, you're going to be kind of forcing yourself to find the positive. You're going on the record. Dr. Townsend wants us to flirt more. Flirt, by the way. And again, as a PhD in flirt, is flirt the word? I don't know, in flirtation. As one who is a fine flirter. Oh, boy. We need more of it. When you were dating, we would flirt. Oh, we would flirt. And there was little insinuations and teases and giggles. When was the last time you and Mark giggled? Like a full-on giggle. A giggle? Like a belly giggle. Like a laugh. No, a giggle. I think he'd appreciate us putting it into the context of laughter instead of giggling. Honeymooners giggle. Yeah. Honeymooners aren't worried about what anyone else is thinking. When I talk to honeymooners, when I talk to married people, I'm like, tell me what's hard about the marriage. They all put their hands up and they got 50 examples. When you ask honeymooners what's wrong with the marriage, they're just like, nothing. There's nothing. Why? Because they automatically think the positive, the chemistry's high. Now, we think they're all just ignorant, but some of what they're doing is actually working, and we've quit doing what works. It's not that we're all just so much smarter. We've also quit doing what we used to do that worked. If you would hug on each other, kiss on each other, hang on each other, tease each other, and you were each other's lives, you're going to feel closer than when you're the 5th person in your partner's life and that you're the one that always makes them mad. Make sense? Absolutely. So we've got to go back to what works. And then the very simple last one. I like this last one a lot. We have to learn to feed without expectations. You talked about the wedding cake. Back to the cake. When I gave you the cake and you were giving me the cake, we just knew that was the commitment. But I wasn't expecting like quid pro quo. I give you some, you give me some. I wasn't expecting scorekeeping. And it's so dangerous to keep score in our marriages. Do you know why? Why? It'll never work. There's going to be a day, and I'm seeing it all over, there's going to be a day where eventually, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, my wife may not be able to reciprocate. She may not be able to any longer keep up with the I feed you, you feed me, I feed you, you feed me. So eventually we've got to grow the love where I'm not looking to be fed necessarily. I feed because I believe in feeding. And the more I feed you, the more I love you. And the more I love you, I become converted to this love with you. And it's now something I own. It's not something I'm only getting when you feed me. The goal of this is that we need to change. We need to become converted in our love instead of expecting to just feel love whenever I'm given love. Good stuff. Makes sense? Good stuff, Matt. Piece of cake. Hey, we're just a piece of cake. Piece of cake. Piece of wedding cake. Piece of wedding cake. We're just a few days away from the biggest, best date night of the year. Yeah. This is probably my last event because I'm probably going to die of exhaustion. Stop it. Here's the deal. Valentine's date night with Dr. Matt. It's at Olympus High School, 7 o'clock on Valentine's night. Yes. We're talking about the 4 commitments. 4 commitments that kind of re-inspire your connection to your partner. If you need a little resuscitation on the marriage, if you need a little kick back in the old kisseroo, then we've got to go to this date night. I'm telling you, these work. They do. And when people leave, you've seen them. A kick in the kisseroo. A kick in the kisseroo. And when you do this, all of a sudden you realize that we have some pretty good stuff here, and it reconnects just simply by investing a little time. Awesome. Be there. It's solid marriage counseling. Yeah. With comedy. It's edutainment. Edutainment. Everyone walks away laughing and happy and better. Thank you so much. Maybe you'll be there, probably not. I may be out of town. Whatever. I will be there in spirit. It's your marriage. I've been to so many. I love them. I do. I love them. All right.